Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm at Queen City Performance in Regina, and we are going to sit down with Jason here and do a little bit of an interview because it's the store's 50th anniversary. So I'll get the camera set up, we'll sit down with Jason, and we'll get this interview started. Okay guys, so like I said, I'm here with Jason from Queen City Performance, and we're going to sit down here. We're going to ask Jason a few questions on the business and how he got into it. And good to have you this morning, Jason.
Thanks for coming and doing this, Mike.
Thank you. I'm glad to interview guys that are in the hobby and support the hobby, and so we'll get started. So it's your 50th year in business, I understand, and can you give us a little bit of a history on when you bought the business, when the business started?
Well, the business started in March of 1973. The previous owner was a man that's well known, Abe Lowen.
Correct.
Hall of Fame drag racer.
Yep.
Everyone knows him. He's helped a lot of people throughout the years, including myself through all my car building time. And,
yep.
And we bought the business about 5 years ago this December.
Right.
And you know, he started in March 1973. Sold the Chevelle, had a bit of money in the bank, bought some speed parts, and paid the first month's rent on a shop on Albert Street, and basically the rest is history.
Right, and he was a prominent drag racer in the province and throughout North America, in the States, yeah. Right? Yeah, yeah. He was he a division champion at one point?
Yes,
or?
He was division champion,
right.
I believe in Pomona.
Right.
81 Wallies is what I believe his total was throughout the year. Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, you know, around the shop there's the old trivia pictures of what Abe's raced over the years, and you know, and Abe built the shop from racing
ground up,
and you know, I remember when the shop opened. It opened where, on Albert Street, I think
Albert
it was?
Street, yep.
Right?
Then a little bit of time on Broad Street, 13 block Lorne, and then
here,
84 around there is where we are now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I remember as a young kid of 16 years old, when 15, 16, when the shop opened up, and you know, when I got my driver's license, and I wanted to put a few little parts on the car at the time. I think it was an Edelbrock intake, and you know, some chrome valve cover stuff, and I think I even bought my first M&T valve covers here, the black crinkle ones from Abe. But yeah, that goes back a long ways, and your dad was in the hobby too.
Oh,
was
for
he
sure,
not?
yeah. He was one of the car my primary car right now, 1944 two-door sedan, black with flames, small block Chevy and a blower. That car was first a hot rod in 1973, and that was my dad that did that. And you know, I was born in 75, and in the garage since. So
right. Yeah, I was a good friend of your late father's, and you know, he hung around at. Well, he was in Majestic
Car Club. He was in PSRA as well before that.
That's right. He was in PSRA. I was vice president at one time at PSRA, and he was in the club. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So yeah. So. How has the car hobby changed over the years, and what have you done to adapt?
Well, obviously the way it's changed over the years is newer vehicles. Younger kids are more into the newer vehicles. Right. What I like to see every day is you see a 16, 18-year-old kid come in here, and he's still buying parts for a 75 Chevy square body truck. Yep. Lots of kids are still into that older stuff, but sometimes it's just easier to get into the newer stuff. Yep. Yes, we are more primarily for the older muscle, hot rods, race cars, obviously. But we do bring in the newer parts because a lot of our customers do work on the newer vehicles as well. And that's
kind of the next question. Like, you're more than just speed parts now. You've kind of catered to the younger crowds and to some of the newer stuff and some of the more custom stuff. So, you know, you handle everything from soup to nuts in here, correct?
Yeah, basically, yeah. You want to build a small block Chevy, or you want to build a small block Ford, big block Dodge, big Chev. If you want to put the air intake on your new Camaro or your new Charger or something like that, we can do it. We can help out.
Yeah, and again, I purchased my QA1 suspension from Jason down here, and you know, that again, it expands the market on what he's doing. He's not just doing engine parts and stuff.
right.
He's doing complete suspension, rear ends. You know, you see the wall behind us, fuel. You're rebuilding carburetors
for
in
sure,
here, right?
Yeah. A lot of people say carburetors are phased out or dying. I'll argue that to the end, just from the past. I've probably done 40 carbs in the last 2.5 months. So.
Well, every time I walk in here, you've got a few carburetors on the bench here, and you're tinkering while customers are in here, and you're getting them back together again. But and again, that leads us into the next question. Say I can't install my own front suspension, or I'm not very good at it, putting a carburetor on a car and tuning it. You install also what you sell, correct?
Yeah, we do as well. And right now our shop, my brother helps me out.
Right.
Most of the time we're doing it at nights and weekends. Mm-hmm. We look after the main business, and then we do the installs and whatnot after hours. Right now we're booking well into next spring. So
that's
it's
crazy.
going good.
That's good. That's really good. Yeah. Again, we'll take a walk through maybe the shop when we're done here, just a quick walk, and we'll maybe have a look at the shop. But again, the internet. We all know that there's the Jungle website and the Rock Autos and the Speedways and all that kind of stuff. And guys are internet shopping and we all check out the internet when we're going to buy parts. I mean, I'm like that too. I'll check I'll look at QA1 site and kind of have a look. But then I come down to Jason here and to get more information. So that being said, are customers that shop on the internet, are they more confused when they come into the shop, or are they well informed or misinformed?
I would say all of the above.
Right.
We see all three aspects. The big thing about online shopping is for common things like carburetors, air cleaners, intakes, gaskets, any little part that I stock here.
Yeah.
They can come in and see it if that's what they're looking at.
Right.
If it's something I don't have, obviously it's a little tougher, so we're going to go through pictures and whatnot.
Yeah.
But most people get a little information, just enough to get them interested. Mm-hmm. Then they come in here, and we're more than willing to help them out with any part we have in the store or information on anything they're looking at online.
And I found that out when I put my Turbo 350 in the spring, and I needed a converter. I was down here. I was, asking Jason questions on, what stall I should put in the car, and I asked a bunch of questions. Jason had the converter in stock. I left with a converter, right?
That's right.
No problem. Again, like I said, when I did my QA1s, I wasn't exactly sure what I needed for a spring rate. Came down here and Jason said, you need 350 pounds, and that's what I purchased, and that's what I put in the car. And I'll tell you right now, I couldn't be happier.
Well, that's good.
And again, I couldn't be happier with the parts I bought down here and the help that Jason, has given me, just buying the few things I have bought. And again, I've come in and asked Jason if he could buy these certain parts, and of course he can't get them. And he's been honest and said, no, just go to their website and buy it from them direct, right?
Yep.
But so what do you see in the future for the store?
Well, in the future, what we plan, we're hoping that we don't have to say too many times that we can't get that part.
Right.
I mean, we can't have a supplier for everything.
No.
Obviously, that's never going to happen. You can get in trouble if you start buying direct from guys. Little things like that. Mm-hmm. But the big thing is we want to just expand as much as we can as the years go by, as we see the trends change.
Right.
We're always going to have the race car stuff.
Right.
Always. I mean, that's been the base of this.
Yeah, and
this
you guys are probably at one point in the 70s, especially the 70s in Regina, we had numerous places where we could buy race car parts.
Right. Right.
You could buy. There must have been half a dozen places in town.
Yeah.
Now we're pretty much one go-to place in town for.
Well, there is a couple places, a couple shops that will order parts in as well.
Right.
But like I said, there's been 27 to 28 speed shops.
Right.
Over the past 50 years go through this town.
And you guys have outlasted it.
We're still here. Yeah.
No, because you've adapted to change.
And not only that is you got to be. I don't want to. Maybe patient is a bad word, but when you have a customer come in here that knows what they want, but they don't know what they want,
Right.
and you're trying to help them out. If you're willing to talk with them, spend a bit of time with them, even if it's 20 minutes in the store here,
Right.
or a little bit on the phone, that goes a long way.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Where they want to come in, they're going to remember that they want to come in and maybe this guy's going to really help me out with the parts I buy.
Right.
I'm not going to be buying stuff online and having to pay freight back and forth and
That's
this
right.
that
Yeah.
right. So
No, and you've been very good at that too, right? Getting again, I go back to myself, getting parts for myself, and not worrying about it. They've always fit. So, yeah. So,
our big thing is this has always been an old-fashioned style speed shop.
right.
You can walk in, you can see a lot of the parts or a lot of the applications that you can do with the parts. What I like to say now, we're an old-fashioned speed shop still with a new twist.
Correct.
Meaning we're always going to be trying to adapt to
something else, right? Yeah. I mean, as the '70s muscle cars get unobtainable and unaffordable for a lot of kids, younger kids, they're buying G bodies now that are almost now getting unaffordable.
Correct.
We've seen the prices of G bodies and fourth generation Camaros now. The little '80s Camaros go. Those prices go skyrocketing because we can't find anything older than that. That's way out of their price range. So now they're buying a G body that's X number of dollars and coming here and ripping out that bad cam 305 and building a 350 for it, right?
Correct.
And you're helping these kids out, and it's good to see those kids
get into the hobby. I love when the young kids are coming in here to buy car parts. It's when I say young, I mean like the 16 to the 25-year-olds or 30 years old. Not trying to date myself, but it's good to see. It doesn't matter what they're interested in.
Right.
I'm just glad to see that they're interested in
cars,
a car hobby, or an automotive hobby.
Do you get much tuner stuff in here?
Oh, for sure.
You do, eh?
Yeah.
Because I know there's tuner shops in town, right?
Yeah.
So you're catered to the tuner guys too?
Yeah, well, we can get all those parts. So it's not a...
It's not just a one-stop.
I don't...
It's not...
I don't per se stock it. Most of the parts, if we don't have, we can have with, from 2 days to 2 weeks.
Right.
So it's not that bad.
Unless it's some of these manufacturers that drag you on.
Exactly.
We're all stuck in the same boat.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It affects everyone industry-wide. It's not just one shop it's affecting. It's affecting everyone. So,
right.
But it's good. And, I wish I would have been able to do it, 20 years ago.
Yeah, it would have been, no. And Abe still stops in at the shop once in a while.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And me and my fiance were, and we've developed an even better relationship with Abe since we've purchased the store. So
right. Well, that's good.
It's good, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll probably end the interview a little bit here now, guys, and we'll get the camera off the tripod, and we'll have Jason maybe walk us around and kind of show us what he's got for a little bit of stock you guys can see, and then we'll have a quick tour of the shop. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Excellent.
Right on.
Okay, we'll be right back, guys. So, guys, we're back again, and Jason's going to give us just a little bit of a walk around the shop, and he's going to show us kind of what he stocks and what he's got in here.
Well, we always got the replacement air filters, oil filters, air cleaners, different styles of assemblies, mufflers. We try to keep a little bit of everything, so when you do pop in, if you're buying one thing and you say, hey, you know what? This is a one-stop shop. I can pick this up and finish what I'm doing. We got the oils, additives, Yeah,
and you're bringing in racing fuel too.
For sure, yeah, Gulf.
Yeah.
Gulf racing fuel, yeah.
Yeah.
Some hot rod stuff. We bringing in more and more hot rod parts every day. Obviously, the dress-up stuff's big stuff that we sell.
Right.
Lots of customers for that. Fabrication stuff for building hot rods, mounting rear ends, front ends, motors, all that stuff. Pulleys, shifters, try to keep a little bit of everything. Gaskets, air cleaners, plug wire management, Moroso stuff.
Right. ARP
bolts. Hardware.
Yep. Lots of stuff. Tons of stuff. Again, like I said, guys, he's got a couple of carburetors on the bench here. He's got to work on today, tomorrow, the next day. Who knows?
Some electrical stuff just for, switches, whatnut.
Yeah, you built me my custom set of plug wires.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, you buy a set of plug wires from us and you want them custom tailored, we'll cut them and make them the right length for you as part of the price.
Yeah. All the AN fittings.
Yeah, AN fittings, hose.
I bought a whack of this stuff when not a whack, but I bought a bunch of this stuff when I did my trans cooler that I bought from Jason when I installed that this spring with the transmission. So tons of selection here. I didn't walk out of here with anything I, didn't need.
Yeah, a lot of ignition parts, new distributors, new carburetors, used carburetors.
More dress-up parts.
More dress-up, yep.
The only thing I can say is I have a 6-cylinder in my car, and it's hard to buy them chrome valve covers for that thing.
Oh, we got a couple of V6 ones out there, but straight 6 ones.
Straight 6s are
definitely get them in though.
My engine's oddball. I did buy the engine covers and stuff from Jason for my 6. So, and my Pertronics distributor for my 6 came from here.
We sure did, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So do you want to have a quick tour of the shop?
Yeah, we can show you around the shop too. Right now, that's under the cover there. That's a 67 Jeepster. We're doing a bit of work for MGD Customs.
Okay.
This is 69 Coronet. We just put Tri-Power FI Tech on. We're just doing a little tweaks here and there on it now. Got a little bit of trouble with the electrical system, so we're finishing that up now.
Wow. That's cool.
It is very cool, yeah.
I bet you that's going to be a strong runner, right?
Yeah. It's actually a 520 cubic inch big block Dodge in it.
Oh, cool.
It's got all the power it needs.
And you've got customer cars in here all the time.
Just about all the time, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's hard to get your own stuff in here to get oil change.
Well, yeah, it's nice to have a garage at home.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's a modest shop, but it gets the job done, correct?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, you don't need anything bigger.
Keeps us in check. We don't have to take a bunch on at a time, and we can say, sorry, we can't do that for you right now. And we'll try to get you in as soon as we can.
Very cool. Yeah. So I'll get this turned around. So guys, that's the interview with Jason here at Queen City Performance. Again, it's their 50th anniversary this year, and I was honored that Jason would let me come down here and do the interview and a little bit of a shop tour. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And Jason, thanks for the interview. Very well appreciated.
No, thank you for the opportunity. It's great. Little things like this make us feel humbled that people think of us to do things like this, and it does, and all contributes to keeping the local shops alive. Right, so we'll get this video up, you guys, and make sure you come down and you support Jason at Queen City Performance, no matter what you need. If it's a can of WD-40, help Jason with, support the shop, and to the next 50 years, right? You got her. Hopefully the kids take it over and. Someone's got to come behind us. Somebody's got to come behind. But again, thanks a lot, Jason. Thank you. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And we'll talk to you guys on the next one. See you later. See ya. Bye.